He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Holy shit, I'm live. It's Patrick Adam coming to you from Arizona here tonight on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody out there listening. Looks like there's about one of you. Thanks for listening to the show tonight. Oh shit, it has been a rough start to the week. I thank y'all for listening to my repeats, and by the looks of things, I probably offended about 9 of 10 of my listeners. We're going to hope to get some people on here this evening. So I want to give you a phone number, 602-288-6794. When I start a couple of segments, I want to hear some live feedback from some callers. If you're outside the Phoenix area, it's 1-800-421-5308. So call either of those numbers, 602-288-6794. You will be live with Patrick Adam this evening in the Phoenix area, Arizona area, and 1-800-421-5308. Maybe I can get some of those dudes from the Blu-ray show by Charles Peterson here at Wavelength Radio to call in and talk to me about my my stuff. So, anyways, like I was saying, rough start to the week here. I got a curse in my family. It's like kind of like physical when it comes to like dealing with objects. I'm sitting there with my wife on our Sunday, and it's like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're hanging out, having a good time. It's my Sunday. It's my only day off. It's probably been a rough week because I've been working 6 days a week for a while. But my dad calls, and I'm like, hey, are we going to the gym Monday? Because I try to go to the gym with Pops as much as I can. And he says, sure. What are you doing at 5? And I'm like, what? What are you doing at 5 o'clock? I'm like, what do you mean 5 o'clock? We usually don't go to the gym till 7. Dude tells me, he's like, well, the cops were chasing somebody in the neighborhood where my sister lives. My sister rents a house from my dad. I grew up in that house, and apparently the cops were chasing a guy through the neighborhood, and he blew a U-turn and proceeded to obliterate the mailbox in front of my sister's house. So what my dad essentially was asking me is, would I get up at 4:30 a.m. and basically go put a mailbox in? And that's the way it goes with my family. Whether it's a mailbox, I mean, we've had a tree fall in that house like 3 times. Somebody's driven through the driveway on a motorcycle, like a dirt bike and a 4-wheeler. We've actually had somebody crash through the fence. I remember one summer I was out there sawing. I actually got a friend to come over and saw a tree into a bunch of different pieces and take it off the fence. So anyways, I get there in the morning with my dad, and we are just so not prepared. And I'm there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm digging a 12-pound piece of cement out of the ground. Because, of course, you got to lay the cement with the post. And then we go to attach the post that goes in the cement to the actual mailbox post. And we don't have any tools. He didn't bring any tools. And that's just what my family does. We don't think ahead. And if there's something that needs to be done, we're probably not going to have what you need to get the job done. We're just going to come over there and wing it. So 4 hours later and 2 trips to Home Depot, I had to buy a drill, by the way. I had to drop $100 on a drill. We were able to get the post in, the post only. And coupled, the next day, and within the 24 hours, we actually got the mailbox up. But it's like one thing after the other. If it's not, my dad's TV that's busted, if it's not our computers that are running too slow, if it's not, our cars that their transmissions fall out. I mean, I know these are things that happen to everybody. Don't get me wrong. But they, curse our family. And it's amazing because I have a MacBook, and I get the internet in 2 seconds from my house. And that is the first time that we have been so technologically advanced as a family. So it was a bad day. It was in that morning. I had one cup of coffee, and then when I got to the site to do the mailbox, I had a Monster Rockstar energy drink, and then on the way to work, I had a large cup of coffee. And I'll tell you what, if I didn't seriously freak out at work like I was on crack, I don't know what it was, but I just started to shake all of a sudden, and it's been a rough week, so bear with me. So what I'm going to do right now is thank for tuning in. I'm going to go to a song here really quick, and I'm going to come back to you, and we're going to go ahead and start the show. Thank you very much for talk to you.
My baby's on the level. I try to read her mind. She's on.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. You're listening to
He's
Wavelength
live.
Radio
He's uncensored,
from Cool Wave
and he's on the level.
My baby's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
She's on.
Welcome back to the Patrick Adams Show here on Wavelength Radio. I'm a little peeved because I don't understand this kind of obsession with these clowns. I'm trying to watch my fucking language tonight, and honestly, it's very hard, but I'm going to try. With these Pop-Tart ass people who keep getting in the news, aka the Paris Hiltons, and we've all heard stories on them, you know. But fortunately, you know, I'm not Inside Edition. I don't care about any of these people, more or less. I think these stories, the Paris Hiltons, the Britney Spears, the Lindsay Lohans, I don't think they're really news. I don't think they're good news for anybody. I think there's a lot of stuff, you know, else that we need to put our energy to and our time into and pay attention to. And I'm not quite sure, for the life of me, why this kind of shit interests people. I've always been baffled by that. Like my lovely cousin on her MySpace page, who I'd like to meet, Jessica Simpson. Why? I don't quite understand that. I've watched her tits fall out on while she was singing to Dolly Parton, and she forgot the words. I've seen a couple movies, and let's not bullshit here. The reason that these people are who they are is because they're sex objects. Let's not, I'm not going to, pull any punches here. I'd like to see all their tits. Every last one of them. That's 8 breasts right in a row. And I'm married happily, and I guess that's where the fascination lies. But that being said, Lindsay Lohan, and this is just amazing to me, because I saw her on Letterman, like, when she just got out of rehab. I think she got out of rehab on the 13th of July. And I saw her on Letterman, and she was visibly fucked up. I mean, visibly, like, trashed. Like, I've been trashed. I've been trashed. I've been on a binge. I've been out of it on ecstasy. I've done rails of coke off a fucking glass table. Like, I went through that in my life. And she's visibly trashed on Jay Leno, talking about how she's sober and clean and she's not going to get trashed anymore. But apparently, the other day, she was chasing a vehicle in Santa Monica, which the vehicle happened to be the mother of her assistant. The mother of her assistant called the cops and said, "I'm being followed." The cops pulled the car over that was following her. They pulled her over. It was Lindsay Lohan, and then they gave her a sobriety test, and they found cocaine in that little chick's pocket. Now, I've been in situations before where I've had illicit drugs on me while driving. And I don't understand the fascination with the entire situation. Sometimes I think, it's because she's got a couple of movies coming out, so people are going to talk about her, just to try to get ratings. I mean, I don't know. And Britney Spears, she just did an interview with OK Magazine, and they gave her a bunch of clothes, and she soiled the clothes with greasy hands, and one of her dogs shat on another one of the clothes, and she stormed out of the interview. No public decency whatsoever, or any kind of hesitation by these people. They just continue to do what they continue to do. And I guess that's the cost of celebrity. You think, well, they're celebrities. This is why, we're fascinated with them. This is why we are, into, everything that they're doing. So let's just, pay attention to it. I don't think it's anything to be, to pay attention to. I don't think it's anything to be fascinated with. And I want your thoughts at 602-288-6794. I'm going to go ahead and open the lines right now. If you're in the Phoenix area, 602-288-6794. Or if you're out of the Phoenix area, 1-800-421-5308. We're going to go ahead and open the phone lines right now, see if we can get any calls, somebody to talk to, because I don't understand this situation, and I want other people's calls. Kind of to segue into that, a theory of why I think this is affecting the current state of sports nowadays. It's in a fiasco. We have Michael Vick drowning dogs. We have this referee fixing NBA games. Tim Do took money from the mafia. Do got him bet money. Do Nagy. And of course, Barry Bonds in his pursuit of Hank Aaron's home run record. This is what I think the deal is, and this is why all this shit is just so much more prevalent. It's those fucking reality shows. That's what people like, is reality, and movies aren't reality. Sports isn't really reality per se; it's a game. So what these reporters and what news people and what other people are covering is a fiasco in a sense, and it's really taken away from all the other things. I mean, seriously, do we need to know? Are our lives so boring that we need to know what happens to these people? Personally, honestly, I'm a sports fan. Yes, I'd like to know if games are being fixed. I mean, sure. You know what? I probably won't watch as many NBA games next year. But why are we so fascinated with it? Yes, the NFL with Michael Vick, sure. The guy should be fucking fired. What if I tortured dogs or was accused of torturing dogs and, if it came out that way that I was, I'd probably lose my job. Just like if I was found to be driving and I had illicit drugs in my pocket, I would probably lose whatever job I had if I wasn't a celebrity, and it wouldn't make news. So let me know your opinion. 602-288-6794. This is Live with the Patrick Adams Show. Outside the Phoenix area, 1-800-421-5308. Why don't you go ahead and give me a call and let me know what you think. I'm going to keep the lines open, but I have to go urinate at this point. And wait, I can't go piss. I have a caller. Who is this?
Leah.
Hello, Leah. You're on with Patrick Adam. Thanks for listening. Do you have any comments about anything that I just said?
Yes, I actually feel that they should take these people out of the media that do stupid stuff like drink and drive, because they're focusing on their role models to these young girls, and they think that they can go out and snort cocaine and drive. And one of these girls are going to get killed for, doing the same thing these stupid role models are doing.
Now, do you think that with celebrity comes the responsibility of being a role model?
Yes. Because, okay, even that referee you were talking about, he's probably a role model in some little kid's eyes.
It's interesting you should to say that point, because apparently the warning signs were there for this guy. Apparently he was betting on football before this even happened, which is against NBA rules to bet on any kind of sport. And apparently he tried to have his neighbor's son arrested for throwing mud balls. Your thoughts? Leah?
What?
We're gonna say thank you for the call, Leah. Oh, that was Leah. That's great. I'm gonna go ahead and gotta go take a piss, because that's just fucking hilarious, and I need to urinate. So I will be back in a moment to take some more calls from you viewers out there. Thank you for calling into the Patrick Adams Show, Leah. Keep listening. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures here on Live365.com. We thank you for listening. I'll be right back.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
And welcome back to the Patrick Adams Show here on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. It was funny. I was just looking at Lindsay Lohan's mugshot, which I saw for the first time in the USA Today. I don't have cable, so you all probably saw it before I did, but this bitch looks fucking cracked out. Like, I'm telling you, like, the nose is a little reddened, her eyes are a little crossed. I mean, looks horrible. 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 And I don't know why it wasn't obvious to others. I don't know. It's the last time I talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and segue into something I read today about sex offenders. We've had all kinds of different sex offenders. We have, the kiddie porn people, the child molesters who, actually like 35-year-old men who like violate like, 8-year-old boys. And then we've had the like weird kind of like relationships between like 32-year-old school teachers and like 16-year-old boys. Well, apparently, I read today, USA Today article by Wendy Koch, Koch. It's Koch. It was a great article, and they're talking about easing laws that punish teens for sex with underage partners, like for example, this guy got 10-year sentence for receiving oral sex. For those of you who don't know that's a blowjob or carpet munching from a 15-year-old girl. It was a New Year's Eve party, and she was 15, okay, and he was 17. Now, all right, when I was 17 years old in high school, I didn't really think 15 years old was that young. I mean, I didn't think that was, like, inappropriate. Did I ever, like, pursue freshmen? Not particularly, but that was just me. Like, I never really thought about it, but I was flabbergasted to read that this gentleman received, he's serving a 10-year sentence. I think he's 21 now, so he's got 4 years left, but now it's coming under appeal. So what people are starting to do now is they're starting to look at this and say, you know what, this guy's, you know, it's 15 versus 17. It's only 2 years. Now they're starting to, like, you know, widen the gap. Like they're starting, you know, some states are starting to say, you know, if it's a 4-year difference, it's okay. If it's a 5-year difference, it's okay. If it's a 3-year difference, it's okay. If you have any opinions in this, because I just find this fascinating, give me a call, 602-288-6794. You're live with Patrick Adam on Wavelength Radio. This is the Patrick Adam Show. I think, personally, that there's a lot of beauty that goes with youth, honestly. I think it's a whole part of the reason dads have a difficult time, you know, letting their daughters go. I think it's almost Freudian in a sense. You know, I think there's just these kind of low-lying intentions or thoughts or ownership issues that happen with these things. I think it's great because you know what? If I was you know 17 and I you know got together with a 15-year-old, I hope I wouldn't be you know serving 10 years in prison. I mean, I'm 28 now, so would I ever you know go after a 15-year-old? I wouldn't. But we got a caller. Welcome to the Patrick Adam Show. You're live with Patrick Adam. Who is this?
Hi, Patrick. This is Steve.
Steve, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh! Fucking Steelers. You ass clowns.
Yep.
What can I do for you tonight?
Well, first of all, I wanted to let you know I listen to your show every night, and I really enjoy your style and your content. I wouldn't miss it.
Okay, I love that. But here's the thing. I only go live once a week, but I do replay every night. So you're listening to my show every night, regardless of whether it's live or not.
Right, even the repeats.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. I appreciate the support. Now, what do you think about lessening punishment for like teens who have sex with underage partners? Like an 18-year-old has sex with a 14-year-old. What do you think?
An 18-year-old? Well, see, that's an adult, and that's, you know, you should know better by then.
What about 17 and 14?
Well, he's not an adult yet. When I was that age, which was a long time ago, I didn't think about such things as the trouble I could get into. You know, you're just trying to, you know, nail Betty Lou in the back seat of some car, and you don't think about that. You don't think you're going to get into big trouble. And then, of course, if Dad never told you about the facts of life or the legalities of what could happen to you, you're ignorant. You're just trying to get laid, and everybody does that in high school. That's their mission. That's above graduation. You know, they don't care. They just want to get laid. So how's a kid supposed to know? He's not supposed to know this stuff legally until he's 18. How can you punish a kid like 10 years?
Well, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. That's what I was saying. Like, I just think it's, you know, I mean, it's completely ludicrous considering, you know, if I was single right now, and I'm 28, I could go and, you know, have a tryst with, in Jersey, a 17-year-old. Because, I mean, the 17 years is the age in Jersey. And I don't, you know, as far as this 17, 15 crap is concerned, I think it's complete hogwash. You know, and I tell you right now.
Absolutely. I totally agree. It's, I mean, 10 years is what you give people who kill people.
Have you killed anybody, Steve?
Have I?
Yeah.
What time is it now?
Yeah, right? Now, let me ask you this, Steve.
No, I've never killed anybody.
Right. Let me ask you this. Now, I know what I was driving when I was going to school, trying to get the topless hand jobs. What were you driving? What kind of vehicle were you driving? What was your hook? How were you trying to get the chicks?
There was a 57 Chevy station wagon.
Oh, damn. The station wagon.
Yeah, it was my dad's. It was a beauty, though.
Did she run?
Yeah.
So what's up with the Steelers? What's up with the Steelers, Stevie? How many games are they going to win this year?
You know what? I don't have a clue. I don't follow sports. But I do. I have been watching this referee thing. I mean, now I'm starting to wonder what else is not sacred anymore.
Hey, well, I'm going to just go ahead and thank you for the call, Steve from Pittsburgh, live with Patrick Adam here on the Patrick Adam Show from Wavelength Radio at Cool Wave Pictures. Please feel free to chime in anytime, 602-288-6794. That guy was great. 602-288-6794. And he agreed with the point. Somebody call in and disagree. Call me a communist. Like in China, for example, these kids are starting to become sexually active. They're going to their government asking, hey, what's this do? And the government's saying, don't ask. So I'm going to go ahead and go to a song right now, and we're going to get you back here in about 3 minutes. 602-288-6794. This is the Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. We hope to hear from you.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Patrick Adam Show. This is Patrick Adam. We're Wavelength Radio here at Cool Wave Pictures. Please feel free to give me a call at 602-288-6794. Toll free 1-800-421-5308. We're going to go ahead and go out to Arkansas now with Jim Bob. Jim Bob, this is Patrick Adam. Talk to me. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Jim Bob. I tried to call your 800 number, and it said it was some Lutheran number, and it wasn't going to put me through. So I'm not getting charged for this call, am I?
No, not at all. What can I do for you this evening?
From Arkansas?
What number did you call, Jim Bob?
1-800-521-5308.
No, the 800 number's toll free. That's the number you called, right?
That's the number I called.
Sweet, sweet. How's things going in Arkansas? What's the weather out there? Because we're experiencing some humidity.
It's a little rainy out here too, PA. I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of the show. I love your show. I wish your show could be on for 5 hours at a time rather than just 1 or 2 at a time.
It's hard for me to talk for that long. Let me get your thoughts on something. What have you been thinking about here, listening to the show tonight?
Well, listening to your show about when you were talking about people having sex with people who are younger than themselves, I think you're right, PA. I think it's hogwash. And different states do have different laws, but I think 15-year-old children are beautiful too, PA, just like you do.
All right, no, hey, there's something I learned a while ago, and it's a little phrase goes, if teeny lovin' is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right. I know that saying, PA.
You know that theme, right?
About. Down here in Arkansas, we know all about that. I mean, we got different state laws than some of them other states. I don't know what the laws are like out where you are.
Well, apparently, here in the article, it's saying that Arizona's going to end registration for convicted teens with regards to tweeny lovin', like ACA 18 versus 15. You're like if you violated that, then you're not going to have to register as a sex offender. Your thoughts?
Stations.
Well, I don't think people should have to register. That just puts a label on you.
And then Cool Wave.
Now, what about like
by your label?
Yeah. Well, now what if somebody in the more severe aspect of, say, like kiddie porn or something?
Kitty porn. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with kitty porn.
Oh no! So
I don't think there's anything wrong with animal porn either.
That's how you guys roll in Arkansas.
And that's one way one thing I do disagree with you about is I do like Lindsay Lohan, and I do like the Paris Hilton and the Britney Spears of the world. And who cares if a dog shits on their clothes? My dog shits on me all the time, and it's not a big deal.
Let me ask you this, Jim Bob. How many teeth do you currently have?
What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer the question, Jim Bob. I've answered yours. How many legitimate teeth do you currently have?
Well, I got 3 teeth.
That's what. Okay. Now, how many of your? Do you have a spread?
How many listeners do you have right now, PA, is what I want to know. Do you have as many listeners as I have teeth?
No.
Well, no wonder you're wasting your time talking to me then.
All right.
Thanks for taking my call, PA.
Thanks for the call, Jim Bob.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. With Jim Bob in Arkansas. I got to go to a break. Thank you, Jim Bob, for your call. I appreciate your support here on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Again, give me a call, 602-288-6794, 1-800-421-5308. I'm up against a break. The 800 number is toll free. Thank you.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Oh! You're back with Patrick Adam here on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Toll free, 1-800-421-5308. Local, 602-288-6794. Those are the numbers I'm at this evening. Anytime you want to call, chime in, let me know what you're thinking, what's on your mind. If you want to change the subject, talk about something else, get my opinion, anything. 1-800-421-5308. That's toll free. 602-288-6794. You're on with Patrick Adam. $260 million. That's a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money. That is what Oprah Winfrey makes per year. $260 million. That, folks, is an outrageous amount of money. And I know she gives a lot of it away, but let's just face it, the broad doesn't pay taxes. She pays no taxes whatsoever. She uses all that. She volunteers her time and pretty much money, and then she just writes it off. She's got to. That's an insane amount of money. If you have any comments on Oprah Winfrey making $260 million a year, 1-800-421-5308, 602-288-6794, 1-800-421-5308, toll free or local, 602-288-6794. Now, one person in the top 5 per year on television was he chimed in at number 5, and that's Zach Braff with $6.4 million per year to do Scrubs. Now, I've never watched Scrubs. I know John C. McGinley's in it. I'm a fan of his because he's done a lot of stuff. He's earned his keep. But $6.4 million to do Scrubs. That's a hell of a wage for a TV show. Marissa Hargitay and Chris Maloney on SVU, they only make like $500,000 a year. Per episode. So maybe, how many episodes? 7, 2. So probably like 3.2 million or something like that. Anyways, Oprah's been around for a while. We've seen her through some ups. We've seen her through some downs. We've seen her through having Tom Cruise jump on her couch, which anybody who can make $260 million a year by having Tom Cruise jump on your couch has to be doing something right. Because personally, I never have him jump on my couch. Give me a call. 1-800-421-5308. That's toll free. Local 602-288-6794. This is the Patrick Adams Show here, Wavelength Radio at Cool Wave Pictures. Let's just cut the crap, you know. I'm sitting here talking, and if you wanted more, if you wanted more from me, you could at least call, because I right now I'm closing in on my first hour, and I have 5 minutes to go. I don't think I can do 2 hours without somebody calling at 1-800-421-5308 or locally 602-288-6794. I don't think I could do the second hour. And I'm setting a precedent right now that if somebody doesn't call 1-800-421-5308 or 602-288-6794, I'm not going to do the second hour. And I'm not going to do my blog spot. And I don't know if I'll ever fucking come back to this fucking radio station, because this is horrific. I had a hell of a lot of viewers last week. We peaked out. Listeners, we peaked out, right? And now I can't get anybody to call. Except Jim Bob in Arkansas, talking about kitty porn. His favorite kitty porn. And I don't know who else is listening, but I know there's some more people out there listening. You know, and they're not calling me. And that's some pretty fucking insightful topics I'm talking about here. Fuck you. Hang up then. You don't want to listen to me? You don't want to like what I have to say? I'll talk all fucking night to myself. I don't need you people. Oh, so that when I hit the shit and I'm making ass clowns of money like, Oprah Winfrey, beloved actress and savior of the world, you'll be like, oh, I used to listen to his radio show. And then all these fucking clips will pop up on fucking eBay or monster.com for sale. Then you'll ruin my reputation. That's what's going on here. I'm trying to get a dialogue going, I'm trying to get a dialogue going at 1-800-421-5308 or 602-288-6794. You know what? Jim Bob was right. I don't have any listeners. I don't have anything to say. What do you want me to say? I got to get a producer segment in this bitch. We tried to get a couple guests tonight, but that kind of fell through. We were going to have some guests. We thought that would be interesting. But we thought that with the open line, we'd get a call. We'd get somebody to call in, somebody to give their opinion, about what's going on or what I've been talking about. And, I have a gentleman's quarterly around here somewhere that has this month a fantabulous article about the one and only Matt Damon. Matt Damon. He's coming out with his third Jason Bourne movie. And, excuse me. And I enjoy his movies. His ability is like a method. I'm a method actor, so his ability as a method actor is suspect. Like, I just remember this scene, and this was a while ago in Good Will Hunting, where he, starts to cry. Like, he starts to weep. In Robin Williams' shoulder, when he's like, shut the fuck up. He hit me with a hammer. He hit me with a fucking wrench. He hit me with a wrench. And it wasn't authentic. I didn't see a tear. And when I weep, there's tears. And I wouldn't try to force it in a movie if it wasn't there. And I felt that he didn't. Ever since then, I've kind of felt a little a little weird about the one and only Matt Damon. But that being said, I think he's made some good choices. The Bourne movies were good movies, are good movies. Apparently, his Good Shepherd movie that just came out, my producer and your host of the Blu-ray show, Charles Peterson, says that was a great movie. I definitely enjoyed the Oceans movies. Those were really good movies. And, The Departed. We all like The Departed. That was a great movie, but you got an ass load of stars. But I never really related to Matt Damon until I read this article in GQ magazine. And it was, they were talking about how you interview the guy, you can't get anything out of him about his family or his personal life. And he was first of all, he was 2 hours late for the interview. And the first thing he did when he got in the interview, it was in Madrid. The first thing he did was he took a piss, and the wall was so thin that the guy from GQ said all he could hear was this thunderous, loud piss that Matt Damon was taking. So essentially comes in the interview, pisses on you, then comes out, talks to you about nothing. Something that struck me about him is he's got like a little spark, like a little irritability about him, because he was doing I think it was he was wearing these boots that he liked in a movie, and this guy said 10 years ago that he had weird looking boots on, and he doesn't really dress well, but that's okay because he'll find his style and he'll be a star. And apparently Matt Damon fucking has carried this with him ever since, because he liked the boots. And he said that he was wearing Caterpillar boots. He really liked them, he said. And the guy said his shoes are dorky. He doesn't have any style yet, but I'm sure his style will come because now he's going to be a big movie star. And Matt Damon said, told the guy to fuck off. And I thought that was pretty cool, because I think I'd tell the guy to fuck off too. I have to go to break, but I will be right back to take your calls. This is the Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. 602-288-6794. Give me a call.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures.